Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new edition of Big Brother 23 Live Feed Spoilers. We are back.
Thank you so much to everyone who was so supportive of us taking a couple days off. I mean, we just needed a little bit of a break to recharge. We're feeling good. It's all good now. To the people that were not supportive of us, I hope that you are doing well and have had time to cool off if you are still subscribed to us. But thank you to everyone. No, seriously, thank you. We really needed just a little bit of time off. We're relaxing, having a good time. We have a bunch of pictures up at our Instagram, Matt and Jess TV. So if you did want to catch up with some of the fun stuff we did, head over there, follow us there. We've always got some fun stuff coming up.
To some of the haters, I almost want to become, my version of all the, Southern women I knew growing up. Like, all like, my friends' mothers who would be sort of like, when something bad happened, oh, bless your heart, love and blessings. Because it's like, if you get a love and blessings in the most patronizing way imaginable.
That's right. Peace and love if you're still subscribed.
Okay, well, there's obviously a lot to get into over the past few days. In the aftermath of the double eviction, we know the new HOH, the nominations, the veto winner, the veto ceremony, which was earlier today. Yeah. Okay, Kylan, you are the HOH. That happened.
Is. That did happen. And, the initial nominees are Tiffany and Hannah. And I'm sure that at that point, Tiffany may have wanted to have taken her shot when she had it looking at this.
Yeah, it's one of these sort of situations where the mission of the cookout was incredibly important to these people, and
absolutely,
and I understand that, and I mean they deserve all the congratulations in the world for getting to the final six together. Like, that is awesome, but the trade-off, of course, with any big alliance going really far, it doesn't benefit every person in that alliance. It's like the mission of the cookout succeeds, but only one person ends up winning at the end of all of this. And we'll talk a little bit more about this later in the context of Derek F. Don't just wait for that.
Yep.
But ultimately, Tiffany put herself in a tough spot here.
Yeah, she did. And, yes, we've heard and we haven't spoken about any sort of under the cover super magic time with Kylan and Tiffany because it's just not actually really important to the game.
Yeah.
It wasn't going to save her or him. Like, it was just sort of a whatever. But, here we are.
We're saving ourselves by not having to talk about it that much. That's the reality here.
Yeah, I'm only bringing it up because we've gotten it like 100 times in the comments. And instead of responding to everybody being like, we just don't think it has anything to do with the game, so we're not talking about it. We thought we would just say it right here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about it because it doesn't have anything to do really with the game. This isn't like a showmance that's strategic in any kind of way.
You know what does matter to the game, though?
Mm-hmm.
The Power of Veto competition that took place this weekend.
Yes, so it was BB Comics, which is, obviously a veto competition that everybody loves. It's really cool. And Kylan won that, too.
Kylan. Good on you for winning, for flexing yourself all over the house, but here's the thing, Kylan. Maybe this would have been true regardless. I think you're almost at a point with Kylan now where unless somebody is like really scared of Xavier moving forward, I think Kylan may have to win out to actually get to the end of this season.
Oh, for sure. Whoever is the next HOH and the one after that, if he doesn't keep winning, they got to keep putting Kylan up. Like, I understand that he's not the most, well-liked by everyone on the jury, but he's not, hated either. And I think that with all of his wins and, his alliance and his contributions to the alliance, I think he can still win. I know not everyone agrees with me, but I think he can.
I'm hearing already from CBS, actually, that because they're really worried about Kylan being in the final two, they're actually going to make the finale 8 hours long because they have to account extra time for, number one, Kylan's speech, and number two, halfway through Kylan's speech, he's going to be like, okay, now, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to go off and have one-on-ones with every single jury member now, and then we'll come back and reconvene. It's like, Kylan, stop it. We're over it now.
Yeah, and, yesterday, Hannah and Tiffany, each made their pitches to Kylan and, promised him loyalty, promised him support, promised him the kitchen sink, like anything that he could possibly want is on the table.
Here's the thing with some of this, though, is that I feel like sometimes if they're basically getting to the point where they're sort of promising you, I don't know, that they're going to erect a statue in your honor after the season, it starts to get a little bit unbelievable here. Like, number one, do you know Kylan does not need a statue because his statue would also talk for 8 hours long.
Can I have a statue?
Sure. Okay, you can have a statue once this season is over. Wait a second. This is a trick.
We will put it up on our Instagram, Matt and Jess TV, so that way it has to happen. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, right. Well, it's going to be in Minecraft. That's the only thing I know how to build things. But, okay.
That's okay. We didn't say how it had to be.
Okay, there we go. All right, so...
What have I done?
Yeah, you've done this to yourself now.
I'm going to have like a big, chicken head.
I already have a chicken statue in Minecraft. Actually, it's a chocobo. I shouldn't have been my own self who loves Final Fantasy. Okay, all of this happened. They promised him everything in the world. And it's like, for a split second, it actually felt like Kylan was sort of entertaining this idea and thought about potentially nominating Derek F. And I get at least some of the logic with that.
I do too. I mean, the thing is Tiffany is a very obvious threat in the game.
Yeah.
Hannah has been a little more an under the radar threat in the game, but I think everybody is really starting to catch on to what is going on. Derek F is a threat to no one, and because of that actually makes him a problem staying in right now, I think, because everyone's going to want to go to the final 2 with him, and that means if I don't win, my place as second place and being able to take that moment to be able to try to talk to the jury is gone because everybody's taking Derek F.
It's something that I'm surprised doesn't happen more, where they sort of look at this person and be like, okay, I absolutely cannot have you at the end of the game. Because, we got very lucky, given the relationship between Derek and Cody, that Victoria was not at the end of that season. Because in a lot of other seasons, we would have a Victoria. And if we have a Derek F in the final 2, they could actually make it an hour-long finale in that case, because we don't need to hear any speeches or anything.
Yeah, cutting people that you're really loyal to doesn't happen that often. It does happen a little more often in Big Brother Canada. We saw that with John Party.
Yeah.
Cutting Netta right at the end. That was pretty solid.
That was crazy.
And we did see it with Cody last season too. He cut Nicole at the end, and that was the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's a situation here where Kylan ultimately spent some time thinking about it, trying to figure it out. I'm sure there's also danced around with the question of, does Derek deserve to make it to the end? Because then Derek gets a big sum of money for effectively sleeping and occasionally saying something funny and losing a lot of competitions.
Yeah, because that's also your legacy as the winner. That if you took Derek F to the end, it's kind of like, well, you're basically sitting up there beside, that floor lamp over there because it's never going to beat you. And that's just sort of the way it is. And so when you walk away with your win, did you really win? Some people feel that way. Yeah. Me, on the other hand, I think that you take the person you can beat. That's the way it is. You don't take the person where you might beat them and then you end up like Cody where you lose to Derek. Yeah. Why would you take Derek?
It's a very simple thing. You play to win the game.
Right.
You're not going to get less money because you took somebody who's easy to beat. Yeah, some of us won't like it, but you're not going to, we don't matter. The $750,000 matters more than anything else.
Okay, so Kylan opted not to use the veto, and Tiffany has been the target, but there's still time. It is Monday.
I think it's a situation where Tiffany is going to really, really have to fight hard. Like, Kylan, knows that he probably couldn't trust Tiffany, down the road, no matter what she says right now. And Tiffany's a really big threat to win. I wouldn't want to go to the end with Tiffany, who has all these game moves. She came up with the big cookout plan. She's also a mom, so she has a little bit of an emotional angle as well that she is just like...
and she's done great jury management.
She has everything on the resume, and I would much rather watch Tiffany over the next couple weeks than Derek. Don't get me wrong here, but I understand the move for Kylan's game.
Yeah, for sure.
It still makes me sad, but...
I know.
This is just sort of ultimately where we are, and now... Okay, now Derek, we need to... Listen,
Are we having a talk here?
We'll have there'll be more time to talk about the Hannah versus Tiffany campaigning and all that in the days to come because they're both smart. They're both good players.
Yep.
They will both figure some things out.
Yeah.
Derek, a couple of hours ago, sort of talked about how everyone left should sort of just split the money, and I think he was sort of making commentary on how they've played this whole game together as this unit, that they've done all these sort of things. Once again, the mission of the cookout, incredible, but just because you're a part of the cookout, Derek, does not mean that all parts of the cookout are equal and deserve equal money at the end of this season. You were just saying this because you will probably, well, you will not win. You are not getting the grand prize.
No, you're not going to win, but you're probably going to get second place. So, like, stop it. Like, just stop it. And also, I'm pretty positive that that is in the rules of the contract, that you cannot make a deal to split money with anyone. So just stop it.
Listen, as someone who has seen reality TV contracts and being on Beauty and the Geek, any reality show you're on, there are a lot of rules that I think they don't care about as much or don't follow as stringently. But there's one that if you violate it, they will kick you over the nearest balcony. And it is the split the money rule, because that just creates PR disasters, that creates fairness disasters, and it completely renders the entire show pointless. There was a great successful mission of the cookout, but they've achieved that mission now, and now the rest of the season is about determining the winner. If the cookout each gets equal money, then the season... Oh
my God, this is such a bad idea. I need to kick Derek off the balcony.
Okay, then the season's over. Then there's no point in the rest of this. We just all walk out.
Yeah, no, it's such a just tremendously bad idea.
Yeah, and I don't know if he may just be being silly or whatever, but anyone who brings this up, they deserve a 2-minute admonishing here on the channel just for even vocalizing it.
Just self-evict.
Wow. Okay, Shady Jess has come to play at the end of all of this.
Who wants to watch that? This is still a TV show. It is still a game. Yeah. It is still a competitive game, and it has been all season. Just because a big alliance steamrolled doesn't mean anything. It happens every single season.
I'll say this, though. Derek probably has... Oh, man. I'll say it. We're late in the video. Derek probably has a better chance of getting this happen than he actually does winning a competition. Zing! Okay.
All right.
With that in mind, we'll wrap this up. But what do you guys think Tiffany or Hannah could do to save themselves? Give us your thoughts, your theories in the comments. And, of course, hit that like button. Thank you guys for checking out this video, for coming back with us. And we'll see you here next time.